been a while since I've recorded one of these. The last time I recorded, I was using my iPad mic, so I'm hoping that this one will be a little bit better since I bought a new mic. And I hope that I am less quiet because there's no one in the house, but I will continue to be, I guess, quiet. And I'm trying to stop doing that as much. It's a little hard though, since I live in a household that has a lot of people almost all of the time, and privacy is very rare, and being alone in a house is very rare too. So I have been drawing seriously since 14. I was 14 when I started really trying to draw more seriously. I got like sketchbooks. I started like taking certain medias of like things I enjoyed, like styles I enjoyed, and I started copying them. What I really did first is so I really loved, especially back then, the show Steven Universe. So I would take screenshots of it and I would trace it. I wouldn't trace it, but I would basically copy it like completely. Maybe I'll show some examples of that, maybe I won't, because they're pretty bad. But that's what I did for a while, and then I started wanting to be more original and wanting to do my own art, so I started copying styles and drawing like that, and they were very bad. Like, I have sketchbooks full of just beginning art, and it was a start, I guess. It was a start. Yeah, but anyways, the point is, I started drawing seriously when I was 14. I'm now out of high school, so it's been a while, I guess. So feel like maybe I have some advice to give, I guess. Yeah. So whenever you hear advice, you always hear people being like, "Oh, you need to practice every day," and then that's the only advice people give. Like, I remember it being very hard to have that advice when I was younger, because it's like, is that really all the advice you're gonna give? Like, there's so much that you could be telling young artists, and that's all you tell them? That's not gonna help them. That's actually going to burn them out. When I first started drawing, I burnt myself out pretty quickly because I was both trying to draw every day and trying to do like a lot, because I was both practicing art and I was also trying to post on Instagram, and I was drawing so much and I was burning myself out because of that, but also because I was comparing myself to other artists all the time, and it made me hate doing art so early in the process. Like, you don't have to draw every day. Just draw things you want to draw, though. Like, if you're in a fandom, you should draw like fan art of that fandom, and I guarantee if you just draw the stuff you like, you'll see that you'll improve so much faster, and you'll be inspired by the style of the show or video game, and you'll be inspired by it to improve your own art, and it'll be better that way, for you. It was for me, at least. um, yeah, just draw what you want. If you have an OC, you should draw them, and you should draw them a lot if that's what you're into. If you're into drawing them a lot, then that's what you should do. I made Eli and Tyler, the characters, when I was a sophomore, so I think I was 15, and I just drew them over and over again, and even today I draw them doing the same poses and stuff, because that's just like my go-to, but I just draw them every day, and you don't have to draw them every day, that's not what I'm talking about, but like, because I enjoyed them so much, and I still do, obviously, since I'm doing a comic on them, but because I enjoyed them so much, I would just be so comfortable drawing them all the time, and my art improved with that. Like, you can see a picture of Tyler from the beginning, and it's rough. It's very rough. But then you see Tyler later on, and it shows that if you just draw the things you like, you're gonna improve way faster than if you're drawing stuff just because they're popular, or you're just trying to improve your art. Don't draw things just because you're trying to improve. Draw things because you want to actually do it. Yeah. It just makes art more enjoyable. And draw them in cool scenarios, draw them in cool settings, with big expressions maybe, or colors. Like, even if it doesn't look how you envision it, you don't have the skills to give your characters exactly what you want, but later on, a few years from then, you'll be able to redo those pieces to what you want them to be, you know? Just redraw them years down the line. I did that. I did this sunflower drawing with Tyler, and then it wasn't great, but at the time I really thought it was great, and then I redid it. I've been redoing it like every year, and it's just been getting better and better, and like closer to what I envisioned it to be. And that's cool. I like doing redraws. I think they're a cool way to show how far you've come, and I think it's a cool way to show other people how far you've come. Kind of raises your self-esteem towards your art, you know? Because you think, oh, I haven't improved at all this year, and then you look back and you're like, oh, well, maybe I have. Because I remember when I when I did a version of the redraw last year, I thought, oh, I haven't improved enough for this to really change, and I did improve a lot. Enough. I improved enough where it was a real difference, and I thought that was great. Yeah, you should watch here. Okay, like, here's the informational part of like art and like improving yourself. You should watch studies or do studies. You should watch informational videos like speed paints, or study people's styles, or take a trait from their style. That's what I did a lot when I was younger. I would take traits from people's styles until I made a style that I enjoyed. And I still do that to this day. Like, I think it was a few months ago, I started just randomly making the hands more blocky, or I started making characters' eyes bigger. You just always improve your style until you think it's the best, and even then, you just improve it even more. Yeah, use references, please use references. They improve your art so quickly, and it just looks more right when you use references. I use references all the time. Sometimes. I try. You should also keep a sketchbook. I think that's a cool way to do art on the go. I use sketchbooks all the time. I've been using them since I first started. Even though I do mostly digital art, I use a sketchbook for working out certain art pieces, or thumbnails for comic pages, or just to doodle, just because I'm bored and I want to doodle or something like that. Yeah, I think you should keep a sketchbook. I think it's very useful, and there's nothing else I can say about that. I think it's very useful. I think they're also very fun to look back on, so that's something to think about. Yeah, and obviously your sketchbook won't look amazing like years down the line, but it's very cool to look back on them. Even if you're cringing at them because they're bad, it's just cool to have them, because it's like the best way to see your improvement, like, throughout the years. I think it's cool. I like looking back on them. Maybe one day I'll do like a sketchbook tour or something. I think that'd be funny. Yeah. Yeah, like, I improved a lot from 2018 to 2020 because I used a sketchbook and I just drew what I wanted to draw, and I didn't stop, I guess. And I just enjoyed the process. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I eventually learned to enjoy it. So yeah, that is what I have to say about art advice, or my art advice. Maybe it doesn't apply to you, and maybe it does, and I hope it does. So I guess, yeah, check out links in the description, like Patreon, or my lovely comic. I shouldn't be calling it lovely because I can't decide if it's lovely, but I think it's lovely because I've been working on it. Got a comic that uploads every Monday at 12 p.m. At eliandtyler.com, or on Webtoons and Tapas. Yeah, so if you could check those out if you want to. If you want to check out a comic about a demon older brother figure and a young human exorcist in training little brother. Get to check that out. Yeah, okay. Well, that's all I gotta say. Okay, bye.